Hello, hello, and happy Transfer Tuesday. Transfer Tuesday is the day of the week where we move our money in the right direction, no matter which financial goal we are going after, and no matter how much you can afford to transfer or contribute. You can also transfer any day of the week that you want to, but I always post a video on Tuesday, and I usually always make another transfer on Tuesday as well. I do have quite a few transfers to talk about, but first I want to mention this Sunday where I'm going live. When I first mentioned this, March 24th seemed so far away, and then this morning I realized oh, that's this coming weekend. So I am still going to be going live on March 24th, and I think I'll probably aim to go live around 1 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully y'all can make it, but I will have it recorded and posted to YouTube after the fact, and there's no structure to this live. I'm just going to be on there to chat with y'all. I don't have anything specific that I will be covering, but if there's any questions that come up, or if you want to leave questions on this video, I can answer those. And I think last time I was live for like an hour and a half, maybe almost 2 hours, so it'll probably be a similar thing this time around, maybe a little bit shorter, but I'll just see what happens. So hopefully y'all can make it, and I'm excited to talk to y'all on Sunday. All right, let's talk about these transfers. So I'm going to start with investing, and that is because I got paid on Friday, March 15th. Whenever I get paid, I also contribute to my 401k, and that is 32%. So from me, that was $940.80. My employer matches 6%, so that's $176.40 for a total of $1,117.20. That's it as far as investing goes, but related to investing, I did mention last week was my Bitcoin that I ended up selling, but that also ties into my current savings goal, which is saving for travel, just saving into my travel sinking fund. I am aiming, my goal here is $5,000, but really I think I want $6,000. The reason I want $6,000 is because my boyfriend and I booked a Airbnb in September-ish, end of September going into October. We're going to be staying in Florida for 3 weeks. We both work remote, so that's something that's open to us. And we really wanted to do a full month, and ideally it would have been in the summertime, but Airbnbs during that time are just so expensive. Like we were looking at $5,000 plus for a full month or 3 weeks, and that's just, it's unnecessary when we could go in, September, October, and the weather is still great in Florida for like $2,000 less. He did end up booking that trip, but I'm going to be paying him like $1,000 once that actually comes around. So I figured I would also save for that now. So yeah, I am going to change this goal to $6,000 in my travel sinking fund. As of last Transfer Tuesday, I reached $1,700, and I've made a few transfers over the last week. So if we go back to me talking about Bitcoin, I mentioned to y'all that last week I sold $927.31 of Bitcoin. This was like after the fee. There were a couple of people who were like, you just made a terrible mistake by selling Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. Like if y'all want to invest in Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin, that's fine. Y'all can do that. I'm not saying it's something I would never do again, but as of right now, that's just not a part of my investing strategy. It was something I was doing in the past. I opened Coinbase because when you put money in, I think I used somebody else's referral link, and you put in 100 and then you get money for it. And then I had a bunch of people sign up using my link, so I got compensated for that, just like with referrals. So I just let it chill there, but it's definitely not a part of my investing strategy. I do prefer ETFs and index funds, that sort of thing. So that's completely fine if y'all want to invest in crypto, but that's just what I chose to do, and I'm happy with that because I get to put it to my savings. I will have to pay taxes on that next year, so I'll put some money aside for that, but I did go ahead and just transfer $900 from that to my travel sinking fund. So that's really exciting, a huge jump just by, selling the Bitcoin that I had. And then because of Payday, as I mentioned, that was on March 15th, I did make additional transfers. It's quite a lot. It's very exciting. Okay, so first one, y'all know that my paycheck goes to multiple checking accounts. So Regions Bank gets $500. I transferred that full $500 to this travel sinking fund. Truist Bank gets $500. I transferred the full $500 to this travel sinking fund. And then finally, Bank of America, which is my main checking account, it just gets like the rest of my paycheck. I also had some money still chilling in there from like past payouts. So I also transferred $500 from that account, which is just so incredible. I'm very grateful to be able to make this amount of progress in, you know, such a short amount of time. That's everything from the last week. And y'all know that typically for Transfer Tuesday, for these videos, I make an additional transfer, but I'm just not going to today because my checking account, my main check, well, first of all, obviously I get paid to the regions, the Truist, Chase, all of that. I get the $500 deposited there, but I don't even let it process. I just immediately transfer it to these savings, you know? So after that, it literally leaves behind a penny. Any of the extra checking accounts that I have just don't have money in them. My main checking account, I have a business checking account. I don't touch that aside from payroll and my distribution at this point, but that's a couple of times a month. And with my main checking account, that one is where a lot of movement happens. That's how I pay for everything aside from like business credit card. But that now has like $400 something. That's typically what I always do. I like it to be at a lower balance because I don't like my money not earning money for me. I prefer for it to be in my high yield savings account or invested. So I'm fine with it being at like 300, 400 something because I am used to that. I'm comfortable with that. I understand not everybody is. But right now, I know that there's like a couple of credit cards I still need to make payments on because I like paid for groceries or, you know, bought something. So I need to keep some funds in there. I'm not getting paid until next Friday, obviously, because end of the month. At that point, I'll also get my bonus. I also get paid from my business now. I get paid from YouTube on the 21st though, so I'll probably take another distribution and have some funds to work with. But anyways, all of that to say that right now, I just don't think there's any point of making an additional transfer. I don't really want to do anything larger like 50 or 100, so I could do like 5, but I just don't want to right now. So let's hop to my Transfer Tuesday tracker to see a summary of everything. I already mentioned my 401k. My goal is to max this out this year so I can put $23,000 to that. Just counting what I contributed, that's the $940 and 80 cents. Travel sinking fund, I have updated that goal to $6,000. Wednesday, I transferred $900 from selling Bitcoin. Friday, I transferred a total of $1,500 because of Payday. That's a total of $2,400. And now I have $4,100 in that sinking fund, which means I am $1,900 away from my goal. Even with that goal increase, I am still pretty confident that I'll be able to finish the sinking fund in March, which is super exciting to say, and I'm very grateful to be able to say that as well. And that is because I'm getting my bonus at the end of the month, as I've mentioned, and that's from my full-time job. So that's going to be it for my Transfer Tuesday. Don't forget, I will be going live on Sunday, March 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I will put it in my community as a reminder. Feel free to put comments down below with any questions or if there's specific things related to finance or just life in general. I'm an open book. I'll talk about anything. But if there's anything you specifically want to hear me talk about during my live, feel free to leave that down below. Otherwise, please share what you did to move your money in the right direction for today's Transfer Tuesday. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.